Hello boys and girls, welcome back to another video. Before I start the video, I just want to share spoilers for the TDAR movie, guys, because today we're going to talk about what happens at the end of the movie. So be aware of that. Go watch the movie before watching this video if you haven't watched it, because we will talk about things in the movie. And yeah, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what happens at the end of the movie. If you guys remember, before the movie ends, we get this conversation between Scrap Toy Bonnie and Tom. And they're talking about, and he's Scrap Toy Bonnie's explaining to Tom what happened to him, that he was under the control of his full soul, and yeah. But that's not what I want to talk about. Here I want to talk about the ending and the final scene in the movie and the after credits of the movie, which kind of confirm or imply that there could be a second movie, and that's what I want to talk about. I will make a video talking about my honest review of the movie, but today's video is just talking about a potential second movie and how it could go out. At the end of the movie, we get a glimpse of the whole restaurant, and then we get to see Spindle there, which we think was dead, but actually comes back from the dead, which basically confirms he's still alive, and he could maybe be the antagonist for a potential second movie. Although I have my doubts of that, and here's why. The first movie kind of is inspired by the first game, so basing myself off that, I believe that Spindle May could be like a threat, just like in the movie, as we see Scrap Toy Bonnie is one of the threats to Tom, the main protagonist, and faces him several times throughout the movie. So I think Spindle will play that role in a potential second movie, but I don't think he will be the villain once more. Because there is another character that appears in the movie which I think could be the villain of a potential second movie, which is Rusted Bucket himself, aka Dev, which was actually one of the few shockers in this movie. It was a shock that he even appeared here, because as we know, he is the villain of the second game, and for that reason alone, I believe he could be the villain for the potential second movie if Cool Cars ever decides to make a movie. Because he is a very interesting character and plays a huge role in the whole TR universe in general. He has always been watching all the events happen and occur around the series. The first, second, and maybe even the third game, we may see him again. So that's why I believe he could be the villain of the second movie. Now, this will be interesting since I don't think if Tom does return as the protagonist again, I don't think you'll be able to do anything against Rusted Bucket, since Rusted Bucket is deaf himself and he's just a mere human. But I believe he will be the villain. Maybe he'll be helping Spindle achieve whatever Spindle's goal was in the first movie. Maybe it's just killing more people, I don't know, but I really believe that Rusted Bucket will be a villain for the second potential movie if it ever gets made, since Cool Card is working on a new movie, so it's maybe gonna take a while to get that second movie, but I believe he will be the villain, and he will be a good villain because he will actually give a lot of impact to the movie, to the movie in the second movie, because he will actually impact a lot, since Steph himself, who is the main character, is gonna deal with, and that's gonna be very hard to face against, which leads to other points that I think will make this movie guarantee that Rusted Bucket is the villain to make at least a good plot, which is we can finally get involvement from Scrap Toy Bonnie himself. As you remember at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that Scrap Toy Bonnie had a conversation with the main character Tom, explaining what happened to him, that his fourth soul was controlling him, so it wasn't actually him. So maybe he can actually finally appear as himself and not being controlled or manipulated by his fourth soul, and actually help the main character Tom face against Rusted Bucket. And two other characters that appear in the movie who were also shockers to see, which was Golden Roger and Shadow Roger, who actually helped in the final part of the movie to kill Spindle as they jumped him. Yeah, they jumped him, and Shadow Roger looks like he took his soul away from Rusted Bucket, although he did come back, which maybe that has to do with death. Maybe Rusted Bucket brought back Spindle's soul, so maybe that's how we can get the explanation of how he came back to life. But we can also get the involvement of Golden Raj, Shadow Raj, which would be good, so we can get more of the lore and story, especially Shadow Raj. We don't know nothing yet. We kind of know a little bit of Golden Raj, but not enough. and also Scraptoy Bonnie. They can get involved, and that would be a good way to get them involved in the movie and help them in character and actually show off what they're capable of do, and maybe get a few cameos of Raj, Scrap Toy Chica, and maybe also get an explanation of where the Scrap Toys have been throughout this movie because they don't appear. Toy Freddy or Chica appear in this movie. But some of you may be thinking I am just theorizing, but I am theorizing because of the post-credit scene we get after the TR movie, which does confirm a second movie. But you never know with Cool Car 95, maybe he can cancel the deal or whatever. But the post-credit scene does show something interesting that I want to talk about too. I want to explain the post-credit scene. So I'll let you guys watch that on your own. So, as you guys saw, that was the post-credit scene. Now I want to review and talk about what we see here. As we see in the first shot, we get like a photo of a place that says Rogers Storage, and I forgot what the rest was, which basically has storage of animatronics. As we can see in the next shot, well, we see a bunch of Roger heads and Jessica heads too, and Endos as well. And in the next shot, we get to see a character that maybe you guys don't recognize, but if you are on the lore, you should know who this character is, and that is Locktrap. We see Locktrap, which was another huge shocker in this movie. This post-credit scene was a shocker itself, but seeing Locktrap was also a shocker. And after we get a close-up, we get to see, as you guys just saw, of Locktrap getting memories of the past, and those memories of the past are gameplays we see in the second game. So I believe she can actually be a helper throughout the second movie. She may be helping the main character or maybe not. But this basically does confirm a second movie, although we can have doubts of that. But that is interesting to see that the first thing we can kind of see for what the second movie can be about is going to be about on the second game. So that's why I am coming up with this theory that what I think the plot of the second movie will be. So from what it looks of, we can see that the location is from the second game. I am confused with the movie. Second game. So this will take place in the second game's location of the TR movie. It looks like the second movie will take place there in the storage place, the Roger storage and keep. So characters we can see here are obviously Locktrap, which is just confirmed there. Spindle, obviously, because as we know, he does appear in the second game. So he should appear, and we know he's alive, so, I mean. The character that we must see is Rusted Bucket. We know he has to be there, because from my theory, I believe he will be the villain of the second movie. And I think we will also see characters like the owner of Pepe, which I actually forgot. Oh, Raw Trap? No. I forgot her name, but it's the person that has Pepe. We may see her, maybe not, since it's not exactly like the games, because Pepe is supposed to appear in the second game, not the first game, and he appears here in the first movie instead of the second. But yeah, that's basically the explanation for this scene. It basically confirms that there are other robots somewhere else, and maybe in the second movie we will get to see them. Hopefully. Hopefully we also see the other characters that appear in the second game, like Charles, which I forgot which fan game he was. A character we won't probably see is Phantom Roger, since Roger's not dead. Well, who knows? Maybe we will see him, and if we do, we need to get an explanation, because even I don't understand how can Raj be in the location of the restaurant and the storage and keep at the same time, unless something happens to him, which I doubt it. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I explain the scene, which there was not a lot to really explain. I know, guys, I haven't shown my face for a while, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna show my face once in a while, because I kind of get lazy, you know, having to put my face footage and the gameplay, like for games or videos. But I'm gonna say, you know what, for this video, I'm gonna show my face at the end. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. So I hope you guys like the video and subscribe. I know kinda didn't go deep on the post-credit scene nor the end of the movie, because there's not really a lot to really talk about. Only that there's basically confirmation that there will be a second movie. Hopefully, if Go doesn't get lazy. Oh my god, I gotta get lazy. And that Spendo is still alive, and he is a threat that will appear again for the second movie. But I don't think he will be the villain, as I mentioned previously throughout this video. I would think it's Buster Bucket, which would be perfect, because maybe we can get the characters like Golden Raj and Shadow Raj and the actual Scrap Toy Bonnie, not the one being controlled by the fourth soul, go in action and do some business. I would also like to see Raj again and get serious. I liked how Raj got serious in the final moments, and how we got to see his real voice, which was voiced by me, by the way, if you didn't know that. So I want to keep doing Raj's voice, the real one. So I hope he comes back. Although I don't, maybe cameos, maybe dub here, but I don't think he will play a major role. Maybe I think the story ends there for Raj. No one wants to see Jessica. No, we don't care, bro. Jessica didn't do much. There was a lot of deleted scenes from Jessica. But that's all I gotta say for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I got kind of interrupted in the middle of recording this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.